Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Iron Man 3 War Machine, and this is the Movie Masterpiece Series Diecast. This is MMS 198 D03 War Machine, and packaging on this is really, and once you lift up the top portion, inside there's a foam box with War Machine in it, and yeah, and inside figure would be housed here, and underneath there is the base and the batteries, I think. Yeah. So alright, and here we have the figure outside of packaging, and he does not come with that assault rifle, and comes with the base, batteries, a little screwdriver, and some hands. We have fists, repulsor blast hands, a salute hand, and then one of his forearm cannon thing. It's just attachment, so basically you just take off the one on his forearm there and replace it with this one. And shoulder cannon, just right here, nice. And the base, and the metal rod with the clamp around the waist, and there's the base. It lights up too, so very nice. And down here, move those hands. See, Iron Man 3 War Machine, Marvel. Alright, so let's go over what's metal on him, since this is a die-cast figure, but he is definitely not 100% metal. The whole head is plastic. The chest piece right here, this whole thing, it's metal. It's die-cast metal. And you can see the lines on it. It's very sharp, very crisp. So they did a really good job with the die-cast material. Because figure, if you put paint over metal, sometimes they will come out very thick, and the lines will be very soft. They wouldn't be sharp like this, but I think they did a really good job with it. And then this section right here is plastic, and the joints plastic. This shoulder piece is metal. The bicep area is metal, and the back portion is not. So half of it is not, and then the rest of the arm is not metal. It's all plastic. And here they got rid of those rubber pieces. This is hard plastic. And then the abdominal area. Okay, as far as the abdominal area, this is plastic. This piece right here, which can be pushed in because of the articulation, that piece is metal. This whole section is one giant piece, crotch area from the right here, right there. That's all plastic. These are plastic, 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 and then this whole piece is metal. These are plastic. And we look at them from the back. The shoulder cannon, that's all plastic. This piece, this covering, the battery compartment, this is metal. That's plastic. This section here is metal. And then again, the waist, this here is metal. This whole other section is plastic. This is plastic, and then this actually leads to up here, this portion, and down here, that's all metal. And then again, plastic, and then this whole calf muscle, this whole thing is metal. And then again, the foot are plastic. And my bad, this piece here is also metal. And I gotta understand why they didn't make this piece metal, since the shoulder pads here are metal. They don't want metal rubbing against metal, I guess. So that makes sense for them to do metal, and here's plastic, because once you rub up against metal, the paint's gonna chip like crazy. Yeah, there's the head sculpt. And the battery compartment is really annoying for the head, because you actually have to open up the top section here, and you have to basically use brute force to pry this piece open, because there's a little lip here, and basically you just use your thumb, then yank this thing up, and there's a little peg down there. I'll show you. Once you remove the headpiece, you see there's a little peg right there. That's to tie it down, and then this hook right here in the front. This is what I'm afraid is gonna break eventually, because if you do a lot of turning on and off your the lights, you're gonna have to pry this open constantly, and then I'm just afraid that one time I'm going to use so much force that I'm going to snap this whole piece off. Because this piece is basically what's holding the front portion down. Because you can see how it's attached. It slipped through here. And then, yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And then there's the switch up top. And this is the battery compartment. I took out the screw there, because it's not really necessary since I have the headpiece on, so it's gonna keep it from falling off anyway. So, and here's that metal back piece, the back of his neck, and there it is. Once you remove it, there's the battery compartment, and there's the on-off switch, and here's what War Machine looks like. This eyes and chest lit up, and for the arms. This portion is one piece. You could just remove this, and you'll see the battery compartment and the switch. Yeah, I meant to say the switch, not the battery compartment, because the battery compartment is behind here. So there's the switch, there's the on-off switch, and it's also where you plug in the other weapon, the forearm gun. And there's the piece right there. And for this arm, basically the compartment for the battery, for the on-off switch is back here, and it's this section right here. Just need to remove this piece, and once you pop that off, you see on-off switch right there. And here's doing the dual repulsor repulsor blast, and there's the cannon right there. Yeah, very impressive, but you gotta be really careful with this figure, because you don't want scratches on it, stuff like that. So whenever you're moving his arms, highly suggest you be really careful, because you don't want that metal piece rubbing anything, because the paint, well, I heard it's very durable. The paint is very durable, but still, just want to be really careful with this thing. Okay, I'll show you the articulation around the legs soon. Alright, and here I have the War Machine doing a salute pose, and even though his arm is really good articulation, but still he can't reach his head totally with his hand, so he can't do a full-on salute, but it's close enough if you're looking straight at it. Well, I could lower the arm a little bit, but yeah, you can kind of see how far out his hand is to his head. So that's as far as you could do for the salute pose. And with the hips, you can see these flaps can open. It's kind of like Gundam, like those Mobile Suit Gundam figures, where these flaps would open up and give him a bit more articulation, range of motion, and yeah, see, these are all plastic. And one thing I don't like about this figure is the fact that they're still using ball joint for the hips. because over time, I think the ball joint will get loose if you're posing him quite a bit. I think that will get loose eventually, and the fact that this is plastic instead of metal, most likely what they should have done is do some kind of system where it's kind of like a ball hinge type, a joint system instead of a ball joint. I know the range of motion might not be as good, but I think in the long run it would be a little bit better for long term. Because with the ball joint, if you do move them too much, it will get loose because it is rubbing plastic, and yeah. So hopefully that won't happen, but I'm afraid that eventually it will. And the knees are pretty nice. They're ratcheting joint. The ankles on mine is a little loose, especially around this leg here. It's looser than the other leg, and same thing with the ball joint here. That's a little bit loose, but not like flapping around or anything, but still it's a little bit loose. So he kind of have a hard time standing up without the base. He could still stand up, but you would have to really adjust him because otherwise he will topple over. And with his waist, basically you can lift up this section right here, and also up there. There's another section to lift up for posability, and this piece could actually be pushed in a little bit, so it'll bounce back because there's a spring back there. And you could give him a bit of a ab crunch and rotation around the waist area. And lastly, here are the 3 stages of War Machine. First we have the Mark II, which is right here. And then we have the War Machine Phase 1, Mark 1, and then here's the Mark II War Machine. And then later on I'll have the Iron Patriot, so it will be an incarnation of all 4 of them. Cannon, some warning symbol on it. And here we have Lieutenant James Rhodes, FFAF04445, 002, symbol, we have the chest, nicely done. There's the abdominal area, under articulated fingers, all plastic, well, half plastic, half die-cast, no more rubber pieces. Here's a side view of his helmet. And here's the back view of War Machine. Very nicely done. Here's the arc reactor. One last look at the head. Very impressive. And the shoulders and the inner workings. And here's the base. And the base takes 3 AAA batteries. And it's lit up like so. Kinda neat. Very good display piece. Overall, I'm very impressed with this figure. The diecast came out really nice. All the lines are sharp, and there aren't a whole lot of fading issues. and they got rid of all the rubber pieces, no rubber panties, no rubber elbows and stuff like that. So I'm very glad about that. So fading shouldn't be an issue with this figure, and he weighs about almost 2 pounds, very close to 2 pounds, and highly recommend this guy. But for people, well, actually, I wouldn't highly recommend this because it wasn't even in the movie. I would recommend people getting the Iron Patriot because that one's basically the same as this one. Basically, this is a preview of what the Patriot would look like and all the accessory that he comes with, all the accessory that he comes with, and basically, hopefully the paint job on the Iron Patriot would be really good because there quite a bit more paint to that one than this one because this War Machine is basically just silver and gray, while the Patriot is red, white, and blue, and some silver as well too. So hopefully they'll do a really good job with the Patriot, and yeah, the Patriot's a little bit more expensive too because it comes with the non-Cheeto head sculpt, while this one doesn't. That's why this retails for $285, but I was able to get it for around $245. That's the only reason I decided to pick this up, because basically I'm buying a regular Iron Man. I'm paying a regular Iron Man price for a diecast Iron Man figure.